But no, every time we get like movie channels for a weekend or something, we record so much shit. And that was one we recorded it, and it was fucking weird.
It was good though.
I liked it.
I did just finally finish watching Krampus.
Oh, that was so fun.
Yeah, I'll agree. Krampus was a good one.
It's a family-friendly horror flick.
I'll have to check it
I
out.
can watch at Christmas time. If I want to have kids, so I can watch Krampus with them. that's the feeling that movie gave me.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, random thought. I've been waiting all day to tell you guys this. I had an amazing realization. Now is now is actually the perfect time for them to make the Phantom television series. Live action. John's looking at me like, Evan, what have you done now?
I read it. Jane's wanting to do it. I mean,
I'll say, Evan, it's on Netflix right now, and I sat down and I tried to rewatch the Phantom.
Not the movie.
I know. But no, they don't need to make another thing.
The coolest thing about the Phantom is he's a legacy character.
I don't care.
500 years. No, I'm thinking about this. There are two things really popular in television right now. The obvious one, superhero shows based off of comic books, and anthology series where every season is one story.
Yeah, no, they don't need to do that.
No, people need to know about the Phantom, dang it. Then the overseas numbers alone would make you get your money back.
Hi, everybody.
Yep.
Hello.
Welcome again to another episode of High Class Geek News, everyone. I'm your friendly neighborhood geekazoid, Evan Ransom. With me today is the Dwarficon himself, John Little. And the most adorable geek couple of all time, Jixie.
Hello.
And I'm surprised I can stay upbeat, as tonight's episode's title is Like Tears in the Purple Rain.
Baby, that was just too fast.
Okay, I want to take a second to dispel a rumor. George R.R. Martin is not responsible for 2016. George R. Martin is an equal opportunity character killer. Yes, he takes the ones you love, but he balances out by taking the ones you hate. People
Well, they have
by now. Kim Kardashian would have been embarrassed by walking naked down the streets, and we would have found out that Donald Trump was surprisingly a sympathetic character.
No, I agree with your theory.
Yeah. These things did not happen, therefore there's only one person who could truly be responsible for this year. Joss Whedon.
Ooh.
Because he only takes the ones you love.
And it doesn't take a genius to figure out, if you have been awake for the last 72 hours, give or take, you know we lost Prince. Because I am a smartass, I'm required to say now he really is the artist formerly known as Prince. Bad jokes out of the way.
Actually, the best Prince joke I've seen recently is just a picture of Prince and going, "Sorry, terrorist, there aren't any more virgins left in heaven."
There have been so many good ones. It's like, and y'all better not let Lifetime make my movie. Like,
Actually, one of the favorite videos I've seen recently is Prince being the king of shade, where he is just literally cutting down people. And it's, you know, like one of my favorite ones is like, when I come on stage, my microphone is on.
I'm loving the Prince quotes that are coming up. Like when he performed the Super Bowl, and like the people in charge come up to him and it's like, "Hey, it's supposed to be raining today. Is that going to be a problem?" And his only response was, "Can you make it rain harder?" Or
actually, SNL canceled their original episode and did nothing but appearances of Prince on SNL. They even showed a
Screw that. Hold on. There are two
MTV
things I wanted to bring up that show, just for that one idiot out there who's like, why is everybody making a big deal? Because you know there's that one. That one idiot asshole saying, why is this a big deal? there are two things that have popped up that, in my mind, just show how big, how legendary, how wide-reaching Prince's influence is. One is the day he died, Corey Taylor had a concert, and he stopped doing his songs. And Corey Taylor, for those who don't know, this is the lead singer of Slipknot,
Mm-hmm.
and he stopped his concert to do, in tribute of the man we lost, covers of both Purple Rain and Little Red Corvette. And not in the Slipknot style, no. He tried to be as Prince as he could be. The other thing, this is, John, you were going to bring it up, so go ahead and say it. This is
The fact that MTV stopped all their programming
Yep.
to show Prince videos for 24 hours straight.
Yeah.
Actually, it was funny. Right after the whole Prince thing happened, I had a memory that I hadn't thought about in ages. And this was back in, God, 2000, 2001. Pixie, you might remember this. Do you remember Bob 93.3 in Greenville?
Yeah.
They remember when they were changing formats. It was right after Hurricane Floyd. And literally, for 3 months straight, they did nothing but play Prince's 1999 24 hours a day for 3 months straight. And none of us got tired of it. And I remember this because I remember having to come back to campus when things were still a little flooded and not everything was up and running again, and going back to classes and sitting in my metal studio at the top of the Leo Jenkins Art Building with a busted ass old school radio that only got 93.9 to come in. And we sat in class every morning at 8 a.m. and listened to 1999 for 3 months solid.
That doesn't surprise me. Prince was a master of that genre of music known as whatever the hell he was playing, because Prince was his own genre of music.
Absolutely.
And just, I first discovered him in the way that, for me, I guess, is the absolutely most obvious, to the point where you can probably figure it out if you just think about it for 5 seconds, which was when I was 7 years old, years 1989, sitting in the music theater, watching what I realize in hindsight is probably one of the best opening credit sequences I've ever seen in a film. And the fact that the opening credit sequences made me actually pay attention to the credits when I'm 7 says something about that. And that's when I saw for the first time music by Prince. Never heard of him before that. Because, I was 7. I was an idiot, and I was living on Guam at the time. And that movie was Tim Burton's Batman. And I love every song in that movie. Hell, I even love Bat Dance, which is widely considered one of his missteps.
I discovered Prince much earlier, and I remember because my mother introduced me to Prince, because I had very interesting parents growing up. My dad was very much classic rock and country music. My mom was very much beach music and Motown and funk and soul. So when Prince came out, it was, kind of a nice mix between both of my parents. And Prince did a lot for me in the same way that Pee Wee Herman did, in the fact that he kind of showed us all that it's okay to be different, that it's okay to be unusual, as long as you own it.
And that he's the only one who can pull off purple assless pants.
They weren't purple, they were yellow. But regardless, and I think that's something we all forget a lot, is that those things are okay. And I think that's something we all need to remember, because we don't have those voices anymore that tell us it's okay to be weird and that it's okay to be different. We live in a generation now where everyone's a special snowflake, but only if you fit into certain criteria. And we don't have enough people telling us it's okay, telling us it's okay to be different, and telling us it's okay to be ourselves. And that's something we all need to remember.
Damn, this is gonna be the second time I fucking shed tears on this show.
Moving on.
Ah, fuck. You know what? I'm gonna finish this off with what I said on Twitter. You can cry like a dove because he's gone, or you can party like it's 1999 because he was here.
Let's go crazy. Let's go nuts.
To you, sir, we raise our raspberry berets. The kind you can find in a second-hand store.
Moving on.
Oh, God.
Out the pussy control. That's all I want to say.
Lead singer of Slipknot, man.
I will say that's the one thing that's going to piss me off.
Huh?
I will say that's the one thing that's going to start to piss me off the next few months. Is that we're going to start seeing everybody doing Prince tributes, and 90% of them will be artists who were neither influenced by him nor understand him.
Dude,
It'll just be people cashing in.
Don't get it. Even if they don't know. He was a prodigy.
Moving on.
You know what? Everyone, do yourselves a favor. When you're done here, I'll even forgive you if you stop the video now to do this. Go check out the cover he did with a few other legends of When My Guitar Gently Weeps.
Indeed.
Anyway.
Well, good luck finding that shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
Go spend the money. Go to iTunes. Go to Google Play. Buy Prince albums. Buy them all.
Especially Purple Rain. Especially Purple Rain.
Moving on. Moving on.
Film news. You got our first picture from the Power Rangers movie of Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa, and looks kind of sexy and badass.
It's kind of a biomechanical Poison Ivy.
Don't act like you're not turned on.
To quote the great Futurama, I'm scare-roused.
Funny thing is, she's not wearing a mask, but I swear it does not look like Elizabeth Banks.
No, they've done an excellent job on the makeup on that one.
And I like to think that when her husband saw the picture, I was like, could you bring the costume home? And I would like to think Elizabeth Banks is the kind of woman who's like, I already did. Speaking of pictures, another one came up that actually made me happy, but was followed up by a bit of controversy, which was the first picture of Scarlett Johansson as the main character in Ghost in the Shell. And it also came out that apparently for a bit Sony was considering using CGI to make her look more Japanese. Which I say would have been a bad idea because, one, if you want someone to look more Japanese, just someone who's Japanese. Two, the main character of Ghost in the Shell, like most characters in anime, doesn't look Asian. And three, the one group of people who don't seem to be saying, why didn't you get a Japanese actress? Why didn't you get someone Asian? Is just Japan. We're like, this is pretty much what we expected. We're perfectly okay with this. And quite frankly, we're just happy they decided to get a Chinese actress to play one of us again.
I think that hiring a different Asian ethnicity over a Japanese one would have caused controversy.
Well, I mean, Hollywood already has a history of doing that. I've been noticing that since I was a kid. I can't actually tell by looking at them when someone is the difference between a Chinese person and a Japanese person. There are physical differences. And believe me, if there's anyone in the world who knows this better than me, it's the Chinese and the Japanese, and they don't appreciate that shit either.
Mm-hmm.
In many respects, it's almost like a white guy putting on blackface and then coming up to me, and then someone comes to me and going, well, aren't you happy you're being represented?
Yep.
I think the loss of Princess made me a bit bitter. Fortunately, there's one guy who can take bitterness and work with it, and he's being put into the Justice League movie, and that's Willem Dafoe. We don't know who he's playing, though.
Well, all we can do is wait and see.
Yeah, maybe we'll get lucky and that petition to get Zack Snyder taken off the project will actually work.
Did you see the Nostalgia Critic and Angry Joe review of Batman v Superman?
Oh, yeah. I thought it summed up almost everything perfectly. Like, my only difference of opinion from my end is I don't have as much of a problem with Jesse Eisenberg as most people do. I see where the problems with him are, but
Mm-hmm. Moving on.
moving on. Well, God knows when you think movies, you think Hasbro.
Yeah.
As we know, Hasbro has decided to get into the shared universe game. On the other hand, they've already impressed me, unlike Warner Brothers and some other people. These are the names that have recently been added to their writing staff to make this happen. Brian K. Vaughan, comic book writer, he worked on Lost, expert at continuity, like making continuity work. Nicole Perlman, who gave us the script for Guardians of the Galaxy, which is many people's all-time favorite Marvel flick so far.
Until they saw Deadpool.
Yeah, and then that's not a Marvel Studios pick. That's 20th Century Fox. And finally, and this is the one that definitely got my ears pricked up, Michael Chabon.
Well, let us hope they don't fuck it up. Because
Things I hope don't get fucked up. Who saw the Magnificent Seven trailer?
Yeah, that looks awesome. Like,
Evan, I'm kind of with you on this one. I'm trepidatious, but excited.
I have one issue with the trailer. I get it. Denzel Washington is your big star. Chris Pratt is really popular right now. But when you have a movie called Magnificent Seven, I want to see the other five.
Well, either A, they have a pretty good set list of actors, and they're kind of letting it be revealed slowly. It's building a slow burn. You know, you start out with the two you've got, and the trailers we'll get for the next few months will probably show a different one until they have all seven. Or you have absolute shit, and you're hoping that these two will carry the film.
Well, I'm going to watch it because I like a good Western.
yeah.
All I can say is
pretty decent actor.
all I can say is I'm glad it was Denzel Washington and not Wesley Snipes.
And it's also probably the closest he's getting right now to playing the Western character he wants to play, and honestly, I'd be more than happy to see him play. Ass motherfucking Reeves.
Mm. Indeed.
Badass lawman, American history. Moving on to television news, here's a big one that got dropped on us, John. They revealed the new companion.
Yes, I saw that.
Cute little 2-minute trailer. They said they have to go back to the year 2017. The actress is named Pearl Mackie, and I love the fact that her character name is Bill. And I remember first when I only saw a little bit of it at first, didn't get to watch the whole thing until now, and now I'm like, it just confirmed it was already going through my head when I saw the actress, which is, why does she look like she should be playing the Doctor?
Is it bad that I still want to see two things happen with the Doctor? Number one, I want to see him ginger. I already know the actors that I want to play the Doctor, because what I want to see happen is, I don't know how it happens, but I want to see the Doctor become two entities. I want to see him, much like David Tennant did in the end of his run, where there were two Doctors. But I want it to be done in a way that each Doctor has one of the hearts. And I want them to be played by the same actors who played Fred and George Weasley in the Harry Potter films, because they do banter so well.
No. I am all for having the Weasley twins in Doctor Who, just not having them both play separate doctors or something like that.
Well, they're the same Doctor. They're just split in half.
There's actually continuity reasons why that shouldn't happen, and no, not the ones you're thinking.
Well, if nothing else, I'd love for him to, again, to be able to banter with himself. So maybe he's talking to a hologram of himself, much like he had during Matt Smith's run, and that's his companion for a little while, and then he gets a companion, and she's constantly worried about him talking to himself.
Speaking of witty banter, this is a bit of news that made me very happy. American Gods has added another name to their cast list.
Huh?
Cloris Leachman.
Yeah.
Who the hell is Cloris Leachman going to play?
I don't care. She could play Shadow, and I'll be okay with that. I'm just glad she's in it.
I mean, I'm honestly trying to think in my head what character she would play.
I guess it's one
Oh,
of
wait, never mind. The Polunichnaya triplets. Of course, she's going to play the Polunichnayas.
Oh, God.
Nothing better than Cloris Leachman being sassy and speaking in a Russian accent the whole time.
Dixie, are you okay over there? You've been quiet lately.
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're not watching Game of Thrones while we're podcasting, are you?
No,
No,
we're recording it,
it's recording. We're being good.
but we're also making lasagna, so
Ah.
make sure.
That does require some love, yeah. Amazon.
Pasta, but you definitely don't want it undercooked.
Amazon has altered their Prime membership, so now if you want to, you can just pay $8.99 a month instead of a flat rate of $100 a year. More expensive overall, but for those of you who are more used to the Netflix plan, you can now watch your fucking Doctor Who.
Might have to
Man in the High Castle.
might have to sign up for that at this point in time.
There's some actually there's getting some really good like original programming on there now. Have you watched Catastrophe?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you should watch that. It's about this middle-aged couple, like a British woman and this American guy.
I've seen the trailers for it. It looks awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it's hilarious. Oh, and the American guy, his mother is played by Carrie Fisher.
Nice.
His lovely, sarcastic, disapproving mother.
Nice.
Sounds like a worthwhile watch.
Let's see. We got our first picture from Iron Fist. They are filming
Yay!
with a very disheveled-looking Danny Rand. And they have confirmed that Jessica Straub and Tom Pelphrey have been hired to play the Meacham siblings.
That should be pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I wish I'd know exactly what the significance of that is. I'm not going to lie. Iron Fist is a bit of a blind spot in my comic book knowledge. Not on purpose. It's just one of those things that happen, like how there are movies I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Also,
It happens to the best of us.
this is interesting. CBS is bringing back the Twilight Zone. But
Well,
they're teaming up with video game company Interlude to create what they're saying they're hoping is a brand new interactive television experience.
well, I've actually been watching a great series on Netflix called Black Mirror. Have you watched that yet, Evan?
That thing is fucking rat poison for the soul. Yes, I have been watching it. It is amazing. It is
Very
rat poison
much
for
like-
the soul. It is amazing. It has
Yeah,
the most disturbing sex scene I've ever seen in my life.
I got about 3 episodes in where I'm like, this is a much more fucked up Twilight Zone.
Oh, is that that? I don't know which one you're talking
BBC
about.
series.
Yeah.
That's. Let me put it to you this way: if you feel the need to watch a Netflix series, in the first episode you see a man fucking a pig at the end. That's Black Mirror. A lot of people are calling it the next Twilight Zone, which I disagree with that.
I'm not calling it the next Twilight Zone. I'm just calling it a more fucked up version. It's inspired by it. but I won't call it the next
Definitely
one.
inspired by it, but I wouldn't call it a more fucked up version of Twilight Zone either. It's too narrow in its subject matter to be Twilight Zone.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's all about technology and taking it to its darkest extremes. Whereas that's just one element of the Twilight Zone. Moving on. Oh, video games. We got some actually pretty deep. Okay. God knows people are going to be happy about this. Gearbox has confirmed that their next project is Borderlands 3.
Awesome.
It's a good game series.
I need to play a Borderlands game. I think I have one of them like downloaded on my PS4, but I just never got around to playing it.
That is the shit.
Every time I see that one character, I feel like this is the video game. He just looks like the video game version of Deadpool to me. Aside from the video game version of Deadpool. Every time I see his picture, he's like this.
One of the Psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Sega has revealed that they're going to have what they call the Mega Drive Hub, which will allow you to play their classic games, which means I might get a chance to play Altered Beast again. And
Yeah.
I like to make
And that's going old school.
Tatsuya Minami, the CEO of Platinum Games, has resigned. In time, too. I think they just had like an anniversary or something. Who else here is a fan of the Arkham series?
They were good.
Yeah.
There we go. Best Batman games ever. Anyway, well, for those of you who are like, well, this is something I think we all knew was going to happen. They're going to release an HD collection of all the PS3 Batman Arkham games. Which I will buy because those games are worth my fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we all know about the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You're good.
Oh, I thought Pixie was saying something. Okay. And finally, for video games, controversial video game store GameStop has announced that they have started their own publishing company called Game Trust.
Well, that'll go over well.
Yep. God knows they got the Gamers Trust.
Yeah, let's see if they treat their actual staff better than they treat their customers.
Yeah.
Moving on to comic book news. And guess what, Jixie? There actually is some news in here you might be interested in a little bit. I really need to put Joker makeup on every once in a while when I do this, especially when I don't shave. Anyway, Marvel has released a new teaser image hinting that some superhero is coming back. They don't say who. We don't know. It looks like the Nova Corps symbol. Oh shit, it's John. John is coming back to the Marvel Universe. That's why he left. He's got... Wait. Here he comes. It's like watching a Japanese horror movie when he does that. Welcome back, John.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. You'll rewatch this later and find out what I said. Moving on to the other side of comics, DC, Vertigo, on the cusp of how they were planning to have some kind of big shake-up creatively, has announced the departure of longtime editor Shelley Bond. Vertigo, for me personally, is one of those things where I always thought it wasn't broke, so I'm a little worried about the fact that DC feels they need to fix it. But that's just me. They have also revealed the costume for a new Superman. You remember I told you about this last week, John, the Chinese Superman?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I can say about this costume is it's exactly the costume a Chinese Superman should wear. Well, with the exception of the fact he's got an S on his chest still. I think that should have been like a Chinese symbol. Now for the part Jixie will be interested in. Viz Media has announced and released some of the artwork as a preview for their Legend of Zelda manga series.
Another one?
I mean another one.
There was already one.
No, there was the Nintendo Powers one that came out like 25 years ago, but kind of, I don't know, is that been a stretch to call that a manga? Guess
When I
not.
was working at my friend's comic shop, trust me, I had him create an entire inventory of every single fucking manga that he had. Put it this way, his overstock of his manga was a 10 by 30 storage unit with over 400 long boxes, double stacked, and each box was full of them. Trust me, I had a system for it all, and I remember seeing Legend of Zelda manga before. So it's not the first time they've done this.
I know that, but the only time I know about it was the Nintendo Power thing. It was actually a really good series. Had a very kind of sad ending. Bittersweet. God, I'd love to read that again. And finally, as part of Image's whole digital thing, they've announced a one-shot by Brian K. Vaughan and Marcos Martin, the guys who gave us Doctor Strange: The Oath, easily the best Doctor Strange story we've had in decades, at least when the movie comes out, called The Walking Dead Aliens, which will finally reveal what's been going on in the zombie apocalypse of The Walking Dead across the ocean in Spain, finally answering the question if the zombie virus is worldwide or not. What did anyone tell the story about a zombie apocalypse in Mexico? That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Someone get on that. Oh, frack.
That time.
Yeah. If you're a fan of Everybody Loves Raymond, then you probably love Doris Roberts, age 90. Who was honestly part of the reason to actually take the time to watch Everybody Loves Raymond, because let's be honest, his parents were the funny ones.
Yeah. I liked his brother, too.
And this shows just how shitty a week for death it's been. Maggie the Kelpie, age 30, who is known as the world's oldest dog. Yes!
30 years old.
So much death this week, a dog died. None of them. You're a wrestling fan at age 45. We've lost China. I'm guessing this is one that probably hurts you, John, considering I know your taste in music. Soul singer Percy Sledge, age 74.
Yeah.
As well as Richard Lyons, age 57, one of the founders of Negative Land. This was not a good year for music. And Lonnie Mack, blues guitarist, age 74. This is one that hurt me a little bit. Guy Hamilton, age 93. If you're saying who's Guy Hamilton, you might have heard of a little movie he directed called Goldfinger, also known as the movie you think of when you think of James Bond. Now, this next one, trended because of who her husband is, but this person had their own career, so I'm going to call her by that. Michelle McNamara, age 46, she was a crime writer. Don't say she was more than just someone's wife.
Agreed.
And finally, there's some deaths I can deal with. There are some that depress me, make me sad. I mean, teared up earlier, considering how we started this one. This one pisses me off. I don't know the name, but it was a 16-year-old girl who was beaten so severely that she died of her injuries on the way to the hospital over a fight over a boy. Speaking as a member of the male gender, with two other members of the male gender here, having met many good ones, I can tell you, not a single fucking one of us is worth that.
That's actually, like, on that note, like, when I see those, like, fight videos on Facebook and stuff going viral and stuff, I'm like, this is so fucking stupid. You guys are fighting to become popular, or you're fighting over something so ignorant. It sucks that that girl lost her life over something like that.
Mhm.
But a lot of shit needs to change because this shit, I'm pretty fed up. Like every time I see one of those like fight videos on YouTube, I'm just done. Stop making stupid people viral, and let's get smart again. Like it's about fucking time. It's 2016. You know, we've already lost a lot of fucking great icons that will never be fucking replaced ever. You know, no one can fucking measure up to who those people are now. And I highly doubt with how the new kids are and stuff like that, no one ever will. Sorry. I'm just
We are having a very sunny episode full of sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows everywhere, and that's the way that.
I'd also like to throw another one in the obituaries, which is singer-songwriter Billy Paul. John, you probably remember him as Me and Mrs. Jones.
Oh yeah.
One of my favorite songs when I was growing up. So, gotta show my respect to him.
Dream, please have a talk with your sister.
yeah, no shit.
Yeah, please.
On the other hand, I'm going to do what I always do, especially when things bother me. John has witnessed this firsthand before, and look on the bright side. When I die, I am going to have one hell of a fucking concert to look forward to. Let's move on to science.
Science.
This week in science, we're going to talk about death.
Of course.
Too soon, motherfucker. Too soon.
I'm not kidding. And what brings up death more than George R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire, to which a bunch of college students got together, did painstaking research with the book, scienced the fuck out of this shit, and actually created an algorithm to predict the future deaths in the series that they put into a paper called A Song of Ice and Data.
Part of me just says that takes the fun out of it.
I can always explain the correlation between vampires, zombies, and politics. Want me to take the fun out of those too? We have a new theory or possible theory on the extinction of the dinosaurs. We're still going with the fact that they were killed by a comet, but it looks like all that did was kind of just the icing on the extinction cake. As now we see evidence that they were in the decline due to climate change for millions of years before that. Stephen Hawking has come to the conclusion that black holes may give us access to alternate dimensions.
That's Stephen Hawking for you.
No word yet on which one will put you inside the head of John Malkovich. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce this, so I'm just going to do my best. YC or WISEA 1147 is a celestial body we recently found. It's basically a dwarf planet that has no sun. My theory, it's Ego, the living planet.
Possibly.
The question is, does it have mountain ranges that look like a goatee? Does it look like it was drawn by Jack Kirby? We want to know, NASA. And finally, we'll cap off science with one more death, sort of. This one's been dead for a while, but this is awesome. Scientists in Europe got together to talk about something important. Freddie Mercury!
Yeah.
Some serious study was done on this man's voice, and it turns out he was a mutant.
Yep.
Not too far off.
Doubt that one.
He had a superpower. This guy it turns out, His vocal cords move faster than anyone else's. He may have actually been a baritone and did have a chance at an opera career. And also, he was, I forgot the name of it, but it's where you can basically vibrate another part of your throat with your vocal cords, so they act almost like a second vocal cords, creating subharmonics in his voice. Just what Ozzy Osbourne is to chemical abuse, Freddie Mercury was to sound.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have scientific quasi-proof. We'd have definite proof, but we no longer have Freddie Mercury. What can I say? He's just a silhouette of a man. And finally, miscellaneous. And I'm not going to lie, I've got nothing but good shit in miscellaneous. With the rest of this show is death-free, as long as no one goes on a killing spree.
I'll try not to.
Please don't.
I'm more worried about the cats. God only knows what they're thinking. There.
He's plotting.
We need to go to Tokyo.
Okay.
I am dead serious.
I've always wanted to go.
Something awesome happened this week. And, like, this alone is enough reason to not only go to Tokyo, but just possibly just to consider moving there. Tokyo, Japan has opened the world's very first Snoopy Museum.
Okay.
This brings me so much joy. What if there's like a room that's kind of like a planetarium, except instead of like them showing the stars and all that, they just play that album that it goes into detail of the rivalry between Snoopy and the Red Baron, and they have their top animators create imagery to go with it.
See, but that kind of ruins the whole allure of Snoopy, is the simple animation.
Well, just take all the fun out of it like that.
Well, that's my job. Cursed be in my infernal logic.
Well, fortunately, we can then go to New York City and once your logic has depressed us, we can go to a bar that'll actually fit our mood. As there is now in New York a Tim Burton themed bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Looks interesting.
Yeah, don't care. You know what? As much as I love Tim Burton, I would rather go to a Geiger bar. That'll fit my mood.
There's a young woman in this world that I think I'm going to spend as much of my time keeping track of her career as possible, because every year she finds new ways to impress and entertain me. She was in Game of Thrones. Last year she was on Doctor Who. And this year she decided she felt like pranking Game of Thrones fans. So Macy Williams, for one day, worked in what looked like a comic book shop, claiming she wasn't who she is, and then got Game of Thrones fans who came into the store to reenact scenes from Game of Thrones. My favorite bit were all the times she took toys of Arya Stark and tried to say that it was a boy. That girl is just, you're a living embodiment of just entertainment. I love you. Keep doing your thing. Also, as we know, Captain America Civil War is getting ready to come out.
Yes.
And to help promote that, a video was released of Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. having a showdown over a donut.
It was good.
The last
was hilarious.
The
The
last
last
one.
donut with red blue sprinkled.
Yes! I can't even think about what it's saying. Oh my god, it's so serious, it's hilarious.
I love the end of it, though.
Whew. And finally, and I had to save this for last, because this is one of those things we have to know what John has to say about it. In fact, I'm trying to start a segment called "What Does John Have to Say About It?" This is something that will either earn his respect or his shrug. John,
What do you got?
what do you have to say about a toy enthusiast total recreation made entirely of Legos of Voltron?
Fucking awesome. Just fucking awesome.
Lego, pay the man, make the set, we'll buy it.
Pretty much. I mean, if we're willing to buy a 6-foot-long Star Destroyer made of Legos, chances are we'll buy a Voltron too.
Jixie, have you guys seen this yet?
No.
It looks amazing.
I'm sure it does.
He didn't just make like a full Voltron, he made it so you could actually separate it into the lions and transform them and everything.
Oh, geez.
Hey, what can I say? Lego fans are fucking obsessive. Fortunately,
Last time I
like that.
Legos was to make molds.
Ooh, that reminds
Yeah,
me.
I have done that too.
I forgot to get my ice cube out. No, I got my loot crate recently. The theme this month was Quest. One of the things that came with it was a D20 mold for making ice.
Nice.
No. You want to know nice? Hold on. You
I
guys,
have the
you guys
photo
go
for
so jealous of me in just a second. Hold on. I am not kidding. You. Oh.
Oh, my shit.
Ooh.
So this week at Jacob's Theater on Wednesday night for free, they're going to be showing Labyrinth.
Okay.
And thanks to Loot Crate, when I
I
go
missed
there,
it. I know what you have. But here's the thing. I have that shirt, but all the Adventure Time characters.
but I have the one with Bowie.
But yeah, that one is pretty badass. I wanted to get that loot crate, but I missed it.
You don't act like it doesn't remind you of the Babe.
What, babe?
Not even starting that one.
Yeah, I'm glad we were able to smile again by the end of this. It's been a rough week.
No shit.
As I'm sure anyone who watches this video will tell, we've had a slight... We've done well, I like to think, but there was a definite lack of energy because... Okay, Are we all in our 30s now?
Yes.
Yeah. We're losing our generation too quickly.
Yeah, it strikes me as funny that a lot of the musicians that our parents listened to, yes, they lost some of them very, in short succession, but I think our generation has probably lost more musicians before their time than our parents' generation.
Yeah.
Musicians. I mean, since this show has started, look at things we have reported on. We've lost Leonard Nimoy. We've lost Wes Craven. I mean, I am losing my childhood.
Roddy Piper. I mean,
And it's happening in very, very quick succession.
Mm-hmm.
this week alone, holy fuck.
It's kind of like I stated earlier this week. I'm waiting for the Vogon constructor fleet to show up and chastise us all for not getting involved in global politics or intergalactic politics, and the fact the Earth has to be destroyed, and all the good people are leaving and saying thanks for all the fish.
I'm not gonna lie, it's the closest thing I've seen so far to what could be the rapture. I'm this close to thinking maybe the Christians have a point.
Yeah, I'll never get that close.
I lost Bowie, Rickman, and Prince of Oi.
And Lemmy.
Also, you know what? Just once again, after bringing up Kevin Smith, if you get the chance, with the most recent episode that came out of Hollywood Babylon, go listen to his like sort of like on the off the cuff eulogy of Prince, because he talks about how that dude has been an influence his entire life, and not just him. I mean, yeah, I know a lot of people when they think Prince and Kevin Smith, they think about the Even and Kevin Smith thing. But here's the thing: I have that DVD. Nowhere in there is he actually bad mouthing Prince. He's just talking about his experience being there.
Mm.
And one of the things that I remember most about it is how he talks about how cool it is when he got Prince to come out and actually talk to the people that he was filming with the documentary and the joy of watching him interact with the fans. I mean, fuck, the dude was a legend.
Agreed.
Cut this shit out.
Agreed.
I mean, we got plenty of Kardashians if you really feel that bloodthirsty.
Kardashians. The Kardashians are a completely different race.
Oh, good night. At least Keith Richards is getting lots of quickenings out of this. Anyway, that is it for this week, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back next week, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, as we are every week. I am your friendly neighborhood geekazoid, Evan Ransom. With me today has been the Dwarficon himself with the well-established mustache.
Good night, everybody.
And Jixie, who have continued their quest through Supernatural.
Bye.
Bye.
We'll see you next week. I think I need to listen to some Purple Rain.